back in the kitchen today, and today we're making eggplant. We're making eggplant rolati. What that is the breaded eggplant slices, and it's stuffed with a filling. Now, this is my mom's recipe, so we bread our eggplant. Not everybody does, and then we fill ours with a ricotta filling. So I'm just going to show you. I have my eggplant sliced here, about 1/8 of an inch, I would say. And I have it generously salted. It's been sitting about half an hour. And then what I do is I drain the water that comes out of the eggplant and then just lay it back on the sheet like this, and it's ready to be breaded. In here I have some breadcrumbs mixed in with flour. The ratio is 2 flour, 1 breadcrumb. So there's definitely more flour in here. And then for the filling, we have a cup of ricotta cheese, some mozzarella, some Parmesan. We're gonna add an egg as a binder, salt, pepper, and we have a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic and a 1/4 teaspoon of dried parsley. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and show you how I bread the eggplant. Now, for my eggplant Parmesan, I squeeze out so much of the water that I end up having to dip my eggplant in egg. But you don't have to do that for this recipe because it's pretty wet and the flour is going to be coating the eggplant just perfectly. You don't have to worry about it falling off. The breadcrumbs just added for a little bit of crunch, but the flour is what's really coating the eggplant. So you just press it in like that. Give it a good press. Sometimes you may have to turn a few times. And that's what you want. Okay, now you can see I have a good size eggplant here. And I've cut it lengthwise because you do want nice long sheets to roll up like a cannelloni, really. And this is nice. My mom used to make this on the holidays. And it's nice for a change instead of always having eggplant Parmesan. And this is going to be baked in the oven. I have some basic tomato sauce simmering on the stove right now. We're just gonna bake it in the oven as we would a cannelloni. So with sauce on the bottom and sauce on the top. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bread all that. And we're gonna fry it up in some oil, nice and crispy, and we'll see you back. We have our eggplant all fried up. As you can see, it's just nice and golden. Okay, now we're going to do our filling. So we have a cup of ricotta cheese here, and we're going to add in some good handful of Parmesan. Mozzarella, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of parsley, dried parsley. You can use fresh. And an egg. our ricotta cheese, strips at a time. And then we just carefully roll. The eggplant's fragile, which is why we don't soak it for too long in the salt like we did the Parmesan. And I just want to add that I've left a little bit of the skin on. Not a lot. I went down my eggplant and I just shaved some strips of the skin off, and then I proceeded to slice my eggplant. And that's optional. That's preference. You can stuff these, I'm sure, with whatever you like, but we've always done the ricotta cheese. Aren't they adorable? I was sure growing up that my mom was just a genius and she invented these, but she didn't. She did not invent them, but I was sure she did because I had never heard of them outside of my family. Until one day I was shopping in the States, mind you, and I saw them prepared and I was like, oh my goodness, they stole Mom's idea. So funny. Okay. So another important reason why you don't want to cut these too thin is because they're fragile and they'll fall apart. Once eggplant is cooked, it's soft. So you don't want to over soak and you don't want to over fry. Okay, I think I can get, that looks like a short piece. If it's too short of a piece, it may not work, so let's give that a shot. Yeah, I just got a baby one there. These ones won't work. This is what you leave and you can eat. You don't want to make a rollatini out of that. It just won't work. It's too small. Okay. So the ingredients are mostly cooked. So it's just a matter of heating it through. So you don't need to cook these very long. And here I have my basic tomato sauce. Still warm. Okay. Just want to water that a little bit so they don't stick, just a tiny bit. And we're just going to gently place them in here, lined up. My sisters are going to be so excited I made these. Okay. We want to top with some more tomato sauce. Finish with some parm. We're going to bake those at 375 for about half an hour. Enjoy!